quite an event this morning and a bit of a celebration for you too. Can you explain?
Well, it's a celebration in a number of ways. Not only is it 10 years since we remembered one of the great citizens of this country who helped make his contribution to modern Australia, but it was also the day on which Bassett, the charity which I'm privileged enough to run, came into being. And since then we've tried to help young people from both countries to experience something which they otherwise could only dream of, and through doing that to unlock the potential which everyone has in them, which I think is something that Admiral Phillip recognised all those years ago.
How have you been doing that?
We do it through two main ways. They're both called awards. Our Pioneer Awards give school students coming to the end of their school careers an opportunity to go and spend time in the other country, so they can experience life in an Australian school if they're from the UK. They are students who would otherwise only be able to dream of that. They come back enriched by the experience with new friends, but also, I think, realising that what could be a very daunting thing, because let's face it, is going to the other side of the world and they might not even have left this country, is something you can embrace and get a lot out of. And hopefully then the world can become your oyster.
A lot easier to get there these days than the 1,000 so-called convicts who went with Admiral Phillip.
Well, the convicts were unwilling, by definition. I think quite a lot of the naval ratings who went with Phillip were not particularly keen on the idea, and they probably endured hardships beyond our comprehension in order to survive and lay the foundation of modern Australia, although obviously there's been people in Australia for many, many, many years before that. The other awards, perhaps, if I could just add, Richard, that we offer young adults what we call Endeavour Awards, and this in a way is very fitting for the memorial here, because that's to give them skills and again the opportunity to learn those skills and transfer those skills between both countries. And those skills can be in conservation, or they can be in vocations where people can make their careers without necessarily having straight A's at A-level. So it's very much vocationally orientated to people, to give them the chance and the first leg up into the ladder of a satisfying career.
It's probably unfair of me. Just let the train go by. We're very close to Brunel's Great Western Railway. It's probably unfair of me to ask, but have youngsters from Bath taken part?
Not to the best of my knowledge directly from Bath.
Okay.
We have had Australians who've come
to Bath
here, and they would have actually not to Bath itself, but they've been to the to educational partners we have, like the West Dean School of Conservation, which is in the south of England, and they learn how this country has obviously been conserving its built environment for many, many years. I mean, Bath is a fantastic example of a city which has got a lot of historical buildings in fantastic condition through the efforts of people conserving them. So I think whilst there hasn't been yet, and I say yet because we are still a young charity, the direct connection with Bath, I hope that's something we can change, but also the product of it is something which I think Bath can be proud of, and is something we try and
well, I will put your website details at the end of this little chat, if I may, so people can find out more about the charity and what it does and how some of them hopefully can get involved.
No, well, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. I mean, in many respects, the story of Bassett is analogous to the voyage of Phillip, in that it takes a very long time and you have to keep going, and we still feel we're at the start of that voyage, so we look forward to many, many more years of success.